AI is making some people insanely productive, but it's also quietly making other people worse. Worse at thinking, worse at solving problems, worse at communicating, and in some cases, more replaceable. And the scary part is, most people don't even realize it's happening. Because right now, millions of people are using AI the same way. Copy, paste, generate, done. It feels productive, but there's a huge difference between doing work faster and actually becoming more valuable. And that difference is going to matter a lot over the next few years. Because AI does not automatically make everyone better. In fact, the people who benefit the most from AI are usually the people who already know how to think without it. So in this video, I want to break down the biggest lie about AI productivity, why some people are getting smarter with AI while others are becoming dependent on it, and how to actually use AI in a way that makes you more valuable instead of easier to replace. The biggest lie about AI productivity is the idea that using AI automatically makes you productive. Because productivity is not just about speed, it's about producing valuable outcomes. And those are not the same thing. For example, if AI helps you write 10 bad emails faster, you are not suddenly productive. You're just producing bad work at scale. And this happens more than people think. Right now, a lot of people are confusing faster output with better thinking. But AI does not magically upgrade your judgment. It amplifies whatever is already there. If you are clear, thoughtful, and skilled, AI can make you extremely effective. But if your thinking is weak, AI can make weak thinking look polished. And that creates a dangerous illusion. Because now, people feel competent without actually improving. To understand why this happens, you need to understand why AI feels so impressive in the first place. AI removes friction. Things that used to take 2 hours now take 10 minutes. Writing, research, brainstorming, summarizing, planning. And psychologically, that feels amazing. Your brain thinks, I'm becoming more productive. But here's the problem. When effort disappears, learning often disappears with it. Think about calculators. They made math faster. But if someone only relies on calculators without understanding the logic underneath, eventually, they lose the ability to solve problems independently. AI works the same way, except across almost every knowledge skill: writing, coding, studying, thinking, research. If AI handles all the difficult thinking for you, your brain slowly stops practicing those skills. And skills you stop practicing usually decline. This is where people fall into what I call the dependency trap. At first, AI feels like a superpower. You use it to write faster, study faster, work faster, and that's fine. The problem starts when you stop engaging mentally. When every difficult task become, let me ask AI, instead of, let me think first. Because struggle is actually part of learning. When you wrestle with ideas, your brain forms deeper understanding. But if AI instantly gives you answers every time, you may complete tasks faster while understanding less. And this creates a weird situation. Someone can appear highly productive externally while internally becoming less capable. That's dangerous in the long run, because eventually, you run into situations where AI alone is not enough. And if your own thinking ability weakened over time, you become dependent. Now here's the interesting part. The people benefiting most from AI usually aren't beginners. They are people who already have strong fundamentals. Good writers use AI better than poor writers. Good programmers use AI better than weak programmers. Good thinkers ask better questions. And better questions produce better outputs. This is why two people can use the exact same AI tool and get completely different results. One person gets generic output, the other gets leverage. Because AI is often a multiplier, not a replacement for competence. Think of it like this. If you give a calculator to someone who understands math, they become faster. You give a calculator to someone who never learned math. They become dependent. Same tool, completely different outcome. And this is probably one of the biggest misunderstandings about AI right now. People think AI removes the need for skill. But in many cases, skill becomes even more important because now execution is cheap. Judgment becomes a real advantage. So what does real AI productivity actually look like? It's not blindly outsourcing everything. It's using AI strategically. For example, instead of asking AI to completely write something for you, you use it to organize ideas, challenge your thinking, generate alternatives, speed up repetitive tasks. But the core thinking still comes from you. That's the difference. AI should reduce mechanical work, not replace your brain. Because your long-term value comes from decision making, taste, judgment, communication, understanding context, not just generating output. And ironically, the more powerful AI becomes, the more valuable those human skills become. Because when everyone has access to the same tools, the differentiator is no longer the tool itself, it's the person using it. Here's the long-term problem most people aren't thinking about. If AI handles more and more beginner-level work, how do people develop expertise in the first place? Because traditionally, people improve through repetition. Junior designers improve by designing. Junior writers improve by writing. Junior analysts improve by analyzing. But if AI starts doing all the lower-level execution, there's a risk that people skip the learning process entirely. And that matters because expertise is built slowly. You can't fully shortcut experience. AI can accelerate learning, but it cannot replace the process of developing judgment through real mistakes and real thinking. And the people who continue developing those skills will become increasingly valuable. So how do you actually use AI properly? A simple rule is this. Use AI to assist thinking, not replace thinking. For example, brainstorm with it, learn from it, speed up repetitive tasks, ask it to critique your work. But don't instantly outsource every difficult moment. Sometimes you should struggle first. Sometimes you should think independently before checking AI, because that's how you build actual capability. Another important thing, always verify and refine outputs. AI sounds confident even when it's wrong, so blindly trusting outputs is dangerous. The people who gain the most from AI are not passive users, they are active thinkers. So the biggest lie about AI productivity is the idea that faster automatically means better. Because real productivity isn't just about producing more, it's about becoming more capable. And AI can absolutely help with that if you use it correctly. But if you use it as a substitute for thinking, you will become faster in the short term while becoming weaker in the long term. And that's a real divide that's starting to happen. Not between people who use AI and people who don't, but between people who use AI to enhance their abilities and people who slowly hand their abilities away.